Hello, this is Jeff Spears of Spears Edge Consulting Limited. What I'd like to show today is one of the analytical tools that we've created that actually aids our clients in understanding their corporate inventories. This also includes both booked and unbooked locations, so we're taking the reserves component and adding it in as well. So if we actually look at the sheet, what we're actually doing is integrating a lot of data. It just depends on how geographically spaced out your plays are, so and the number of plays that you actually have. So this is an actual example of the subset of wells or inventory locations that encompasses 2,566, as you can see down here at the bottom. So if we go back to the top, we can actually see this is a conventional asset located in northeast BC with a field name of Bernadette, and it's an Upper Montney location. So we're not just looking at one play type, we're looking at then Cardium locations in west of 5, WCU or Western Canada, and then again locations up in Groundbirch. So we're taking all the data for every single property that your company has and integrating it into one concise database. What we can then do with this database is actually feather in all the attributes associated with the wellbore itself. So not just the UWI, we can say, hey, it's a horizontal wellbore. Right here, you can see it's a 1.5 mile lateral. It is located on a Crown drilling acreage. Our royalty framework is straight Crown. Do we have an expiry? So we're taking in all the aspects of every single wellbore to actually then define um, these wells in particular, as well as the reserves associated with each wellbore. You can see here we actually have the capital spending year as defined by our reserve auditor, working interest, development capital, both on a gross and net, as well as the reserves as well. So fancy programming up here. You don't need to know about it. All you have to do is import the data and you're set. So, like I said, having the big database organized in a framework is absolutely critical. This is a one-time shot, so you come in, you do it, you spend however much time, depending on the size of your company or your organization, you input every single location, whether it's a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, I don't care. Let's get it all in the data set, and then we can manipulate it moving forward. So with this then populated, what it gives us is it gives us so much ability across different platforms. So let's just say we wanted to then import this data set into our AccuMaps or GeoScouts, whether it's a vertical location or horizontal location. Well, here you go. This is our all it is calculating based off of each individual location and XY coordinate system. So you can see this would be a vertical well because there's only one point, and then our line segment is calculated on a lat long based on the orientation of the wellbore and the lateral length. So one click of the button, you can then import this and then have all your tier 1 locations in Groundbirch lit up in GeoScout across the company. So your CEO could look at this if he or she is astute with GeoScout or AccuMap, or your engineer, your production engineer can understand, hey, this is where we're looking to potentially drill next year. Do we have the facilities lined up? Also, one of the big attributes associated with this or ability of this software is we can one click analysis. So let's just say if I want to see how overworked one geologist is he or she busy enough? Are they managing enough of the corporate inventory? So you can see this is the total corporate inventory summary across the corporation. So right now we have just over 2,500 gross locations, 1,700 net, with over $4.8 billion of capital allocation to develop 139,000 MBOEs of oil equivalent reserves. MPV summaries, whether you're 0, 10, 12, whichever way you want to facilitate it or build it, then there it is. So what this allows us to do is at a click of the button, I'm just going to go off of one of the random geologists, is go through some of the plays that they're looking at. So you can see this geologist here, he's in this property, WCU, and then west of 4. If I then want to see, well, let's go at the field, the Garrington field. Okay, well, he or she has 241 gross locations, 125. Well, what does that encompass? Is that a Cardium well? Is that a Ellerslie well? Well, here we go. There's our Ellerslie well. So you can see we have 176 Ellerslie gross locations, whether they're booked or unbooked, and what's the associated value with those locations. If I wanted to then see a different play within the same area, Glauconite, well, look, lo and behold, we actually don't have any reserves booked. Can we actually book any of those at year end to up the value of this property? So at a click of the button, we can then go back and summarize the entire corporate reserve holdings in unbooked locations. So this is big data at its finest. It is allowing you easy, automated data analysis and integration, manipulation, what have you. So you can see there are 100 different ways that we can do this. If we just wanted to look at horizontal locations, we don't want to have any facilities. If we wanted to look at a different property, just one click, you're there. So click a clear button, we're back to the whole. So again, it's a powerful tool. Once it's built, what our company can do is we can bring the software in and we can build this for you, and then you guys can update it throughout the years. So one-stop shop for your inventory and reserves. So what this also then allows you to do is allows you to then actually build dashboards. This is a simple one. There's nothing fancy about this. This is actually just showing up here our reserve class. So whether we're building our contingent reserves, if you want to see contingent reserves, if you just want to see uh, PUDs or probables or any indication of both, you can see here's our capital on the side. How much is it going to actually cost to develop over the next 2018, 2019, 2020, over the next 5 years, 10 years? What are we looking at for a corporate budget just to develop our booked reserves, not even our unbooked reserves? So again, below it, you can tailor this to whatever style you would like. This here is now actually showing our sum of, well, what are we going to get with that investment capital of each year? So our net reserves, our net NGLs, and our net gas reserves. So if we're investing, $400 million come in 2018, well, what am I going to get for my total F&D? Well, there it is. So again, all the data is here. It's in one concise spot. You can have your engineers, exploitation engineers, geologists, landmen, everyone's speaking the same, understanding the same growth pattern that the company is looking at based on their books and their financial planning. So I will leave it at that. If you have any other questions, please contact me directly. My name is Jeff Spears with Spears Edge Consulting. Thank you.